All right, so I figure get right into the nitty gritty. I'm about 4 minutes away from the first company that I'd like to sponsor me. I figure before I go in there and we start talking and hopefully negotiating a deal, I just kind of go over what I'm actually feeling. And I've gotten a lot better, but just to give you a little bit of a backstory, when I was younger, I have a brother. We're twins, only 4 minutes apart. He looks nothing like me. He is the social person, and ever since I can remember, like I think I can remember about to the age of 3 is where my memory gets hazy, and I never used to talk to anyone at all. I think only until about, was it ninth grade, did I actually have therapy for my social anxiety, just antisocial disorders. And being in a career where my job is to network and talk to people, I've literally chose the worst career. Because, well, maybe not so much, because that means that I have to grow as a person. I look forward for this to not be a thing, and I think as I become more prepared and as the social following becomes bigger, and I feel like I have a lot more to bring than just my video production skills, and people just genuinely want to work to me because of the network that I do have. When you're building it up, I think there's always just going to be that natural feeling of anxious that you want to have everything go the right way, and you want things to work out. And the sort of nervousness, because I've actually, fun enough, I've actually worked with these people before. I think I actually do have one video up that I posted for them. So I guess try to find it, and then you'll know exactly who I'm going and talking to in a little bit. But they're great people, and I've done work for them before, but that was 4 years ago. And I've gained some weight since I last spoke, so I don't even think they're going to remember me. It almost feels new. And the things that I'm telling myself to prepare myself for this are that, number one, don't try to have a script. Just like how I post these videos, try to have bullet points, because if you're going for a script, and as soon as, I mean, it's human nature to go to not follow this sort of ones and zeros type of thinking. They're people, they're going to do it. So just have bullet points, have some things that you want to go over. And so for them, I use my video production skills in order to get me sponsors, and it's worked one time so far. I've got two that I want to go through this week, and hopefully I can get three on the board. Three on the board. So we'll just tackle this 2 in 1 day. So this one, we're going to go in, and we're not going to try to think about so much trying to get it right. More so just realize that you're a human. Networking isn't about trying to get something out of somebody. It really is about just, what can you offer this person? And regardless of whether or not you think it's worth it, because I know a lot of us have that sort of imposter syndrome, not in the sense where we get famous and we think we don't deserve it, but more so we don't even deserve any attention. And at the beginning, I did feel like that. However, when you're going in and you are confident in your product, either because you told yourself or you have the social proof, and I have both, that you're worth it and it's okay, and I have this to give to you. Do you want it? Don't try to convince people. That's usually where you try to slip up. It's not a game of convincing. It's a game of showing up, saying, here, would you like this shiny rock? And if they say yes, say, okay, well, if you would like this shiny rock, I need this from you in order for you to get this shiny rock. And so this is my shiny rock here. And through that, hopefully you build a better relationship and become friends. I find that the worst partnerships are the ones where they are too corporate and there's too many contracts and you're not really talking to anybody. It's very just ones and zeros, cut and dry. If you plan on working with somebody for the long run, you at least want to like them. Don't do it for just the money. And I realize that when you, little girl is trying to call the geese. I realize that when you're starting out and money is what you need most, it's very enticing to just take the amount that's given to you the fastest. But when you do that, you end up accepting a partnership from a group of people, and maybe they're even competition with somebody who might better serve you in the long run, or maybe in the short run. So we're gonna go in here, knock this out of the park. Hopefully they're actually there. One thing you should probably do just straight off, which I didn't do, is send an email and then call, say, hey, I sent an email. Make sure your email it has your portfolio or whatnot in it. That's a whole separate video that I'll probably do. But once you're doing that, set up a conference time and then come in. But I'm hoping to God that he's actually in office, or that the guy who I talked to 4 years ago is even employed there. We'll see. But I brought my laptop. I already got all the documents and everything up. If they got 10 minutes, then we can work something out. Moment of truth. Am I in frame? Okay, cool. I am. So first place went fantastic. In fact, this is one of those situations where you cannot wait for everything to be perfect, because if you do, you end up missing an opportunity. So the gentleman that I spoke to, I'll just leave it at that. He's normally not in the office on Mondays, but my brain, I'm thinking to myself, like, if I only got one shot, it's Monday. The rest of the week, it's probably not going to be good because of their walk-ins that they do with their showroom. Probably a good idea to come in on Monday. So I went, and I just received a text back saying, pleasure to meet you too. It was actually fantastic timing because I'm normally only in on Tuesdays and Fridays. And this interaction went very well. I didn't go in trying to sell anything. And it actually, funny enough, the person that I worked with before on my channel wasn't there. So this was a new guy. And that is what we call an independent variable. I don't know. I'll put it up here somewhere. I think that's what it's called. So that was really good. He just so happened to actually kind of be on the same wavelength with me when it comes to wanting to do things with video, wanting to get more. This
Beautiful.
plane, I swear to God, I'm sitting right by an airport. I'm actually just going to talk through this. He wants to be more on social media as well, and I think that that's awesome. So I showed him my stuff. He likes videos. It helps that from all the way from 4 years ago to now, so 2021 to 2025, I have not been spending that time doing nothing. And this also goes to show another thing. Just because a company says no to you at first, all of these bugs, does not mean that you cannot grow as a person, grow your skills, grow your audience and stuff, and come back. So the no isn't, it'll be a no for now, but that does not mean that it's a no forever. Unless they literally say, look, we'll never work with you again because you did X and X and we didn't want that. So, I mean, at that point, you done did something to deserve it. And I don't think they should work with you. But that went fantastic. The second place did not pick up. So what I'm actually going to do, and it's Tuesday, so things are usually so on Tuesday, is I'm just going to go drive up there. This place was an hour away from home, and it was worth the drive. It's also really good to go in person if the place is not busy. However, maybe call and ask the receptionist if you're going in, hey, I want to come in and introduce myself, but I don't want to get in you guys' way. What's a good day to come in? When are you not busiest? And usually they'll tell you because they're at the front of the showroom or the business or whoever you're talking to. So come in that way. That's exactly how I would word it. But this went fantastic. Now on to complete whatever it is. Oh, editing this freaking video today. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do when I get home, is edit this video. Right, so just an update. I did end up getting a call back. It felt like it was out of nowhere. People can be busy sometimes, so give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't just assume that they don't want to talk to you because they didn't pick up your phone or they didn't reply to your emails. I almost emailed the potential sponsor thinking that the gentleman that I was going to talk to still worked there, and he didn't. And if I had sent anything to that email, there would have been no reply. Very likely, I don't think I would have gotten back a little, it's called a mailer daemon or something. Basically, this email address doesn't exist sort of email. It would have just gotten sent into the ether, and I would have thought, oh, they're just not interested. So that's why it's always good, even after you send an email, to either go in person or give them a call. Preferably send the email first, then give them a call, because normally, like 9 times out of 10, they'll always say, oh, well, can you shoot me an email? And it feels very responsible to be able to say, oh, I already sent that already. Just go ahead and check your inbox. It's already there. So yeah, but the talk with the second potential sponsor went fantastic, and if everything works out, there will be a load of new and cool content on the channel because of that. So I'm very excited about that. I keep looking up for some reason. Look at me.